I would imagine they're going to start trying to evacuate people. If they do, when that main oil comes ashore, being pushed by hurricanes coming into the Gulf. But we'll continue to track it, Gil. All right, here's Gil, thank you. We've got to go to break here. Good to hear from you. God bless. And we'll pray for you down there on the Texas coast, but especially those in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Florida being the heaviest hit. And, of course, the Florida Keys, the main body of oil in those currents is being directed out towards the Keys. We're going to come back with the fourth and final hour. I will cover news and then back to your calls. Stay with us. Let's go to your calls right now. Tim in Michigan, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, man. Thanks for taking my call again. Listen, first off, I got three things I really want to cover. There was a interview that Bill Clinton gave, who he was just totally giving BP their props, and his exact statement was, I can't wait to get into your the oil can't wait to get into your gas tank. Whoever found this well from BP knew exactly what they were doing. This thing is a gusher. He never talked about the people, the effect of the economy. He never talked about...
No, it's all... Listen, we played a clip of Obama earlier. Even though they admit all these people are dying, getting sick, almost all the people from the Exxon Valdez are dead. They know it's very toxic to have people cleaning this up. Now it's going to come into shore, and Obama's on TV saying no ill health effects, no problems, just lying. What's the name of that video, Tim?
I'm not exactly sure, but just if you Google Bill Clinton giving interview for BP, I'm sure you'll be able to. It'll pop up on YouTube.
Okay, we'll try to get it posted. Thank you, Tim. Ron in Arizona, you're on the air. Go ahead, Ron.
Good afternoon, Alex and Patriots. They haven't been spraying chemtrails in Prescott, Arizona area for over a month, and I have no idea. Barry Soetoro has never committed any act of treason because he is not an American citizen. He is a foreign agent working for the international banksters.
But it's still, I agree, but it's espionage. And if people get one message, it's this: globalism is tyranny. It is foreign banking, corporate takeovers through fraud. It is espionage. And so all these corporate officials that are here in the U.S. conspiring to defraud the taxpayers are enemy operatives, and they need to be seized immediately and given a trial, and then they need to be dealt with. Go ahead.
I agree with you, Alex. I just ask you to make that point clear, because he is a foreign agent working for foreign banksters who are trying to destroy this country. And the last thing is, there's an ancient Hebrew saying that goes, quote, "O my people, those who oppress you are children, and women rule over you. O my people, those who guide you lead you astray and confuse the path and confuse your path." What we need to do in this country is get the women out of Congress, put men back in, and quit relying on women to save us, because the Bible says that is not going to save us.
Well, I appreciate your call. I know this. There are a lot of really smart, intelligent women. There are women smarter than I am, a lot smarter. But men and women are different. And there has never been a society that has done the things we're doing that survived. And we're going to collapse. I mean, people don't like to hear it. They don't like to know it. But human society is supposed to work a certain way. And it's been destroyed. And the family's gone. No one's secure. Our women under feminism have been turned into totally insecure trollops, dressed up like whores. Our children are dying and on drugs, and we're destroyed. Hitler said, first you get the women, then you got the children, so follow the men. It's not that women are bad, any more bad than men. It's that women want security. And women tend to, in history, be very trusting of government. And they statistically are today. And so Over 80% of purchases are decided by women. What color is the furniture? What color are the drapes? What brand of milk? What brand of eggs? I mean, women make my wife makes almost all the decisions. I'm here working on this. My wife probably makes 90% of the decisions. And if somebody could get control of my wife, they'd run my house. They would run my life. And that's why Hitler said, first you get the women, you got the children, so follow the men. That's an exact quotation. And Goebbels was obsessed with it. First you get the women, then you've got the children, so follow the men. And they've got the women, folks. I mean, the women support the CPS because they think, oh, the CPS is helping the children. Oh, meanwhile, the CPS is hunting women, taking their kids. It's admitted. And it doesn't mean men aren't lazy and gullible and dumb. It's just that there's a natural order of things. And so don't worry, America's going completely down. We're all completely screwed, and it will be a bunch of people like Andrew Napolitano and all those hunchback women they got in the Supreme Court ruling us. Army drops PSYOPs name from influence operations. The Army has dropped the Vietnam-era name, Psychological Operations, for its branch that is in charge of changing minds behind enemy lines. Acknowledging the term can sound ominous. What do you think hydrogen bombs dropping on you is? Ominous? What do you think a Hellfire missile shooting into your mud hut is? Ominous? That's what the Pentagon does, is it dominates and controls. And the Pentagon admits it now works for Wall Street. And what is Wall Street? A bunch of inbred bankers who think that we should all basically die because they have Ponzi schemed all the wealth of the world into their hands, but they did it through fraud, and so they need to get rid of us so they can enjoy it all. And they're in control of killers that have bioweapons that can kill even subgroups in the human race. By subgroups, I mean even down to villages. Even down to just very delicate genetic variations. It's like they've got hundreds of species of perch, and most of them are subspecies. That's what I mean by that. They've got bioweapons where they can tailor it right down. You're not in Kansas anymore. Big decisions have been made. They don't want 6, 7, 8 billion of you sucking your thumbs watching football, folks. They want you deader than a hammer. And I know most of you are so brain damaged and so chemically lobotomized you can't even understand me right now. But we've got listeners who do care and are involved. You know, I said I'd get to this, and I'm going to cover it at the start of the show because I want to be able to go to Coyote and Michael and Pastor. And, I mean, just look at all these articles I didn't get to. I've got a whole bunch of police state articles here. The First Amendment has been suspended. CNN. That's their story. BP, Homeland Security, and cops work together to deny First Amendment in a 3-state area. There's no law. They just do it. It's called tyranny. BP cops detain reporter for taking pictures of oil refinery in Houston. Not allowed to, for PBS to cover something. Spy tech that monitors conversations being launched in Europe report. Raw story. This is out of a bunch of other mainstream articles. They used to call them gunshot detectors, but now they admit the NSA is recording everything and running it through a database. I'll cover this tomorrow. It's so important. I got to give each caller 1 minute now. Coyote in Colorado, go ahead. Coyote, go ahead.
Hey, Alex, Coyote.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
No, not a whole heck of a lot. Anyway, Matt Ryan has an incredible article on InfoWars that people need to go to. It's called "Why Are Police Abusing the Elderly?" And it's an incredible article. People need to go in and read it and comment. Also, the Core Exit 9500 dispersant that BP is using on the oil spill, it literally disperses the oil into the water. It becomes soluble in water and makes it impossible for oil booms or for skimmers to remove the oil. It is the worst thing that they could be doing right now.
Now, I've seen a lot of experts in this saying that, and it's so toxic, and it allows then a lot of the base elements that are poisonous, the heavy metals, the other chemicals, to then become soluble in water so that it can be lifted up into the atmosphere.
exactly. And not only that, when it evaporates, it becomes part of the ecosystem, and it also becomes part of the water table, especially in estuaries. And then all the birds and the wildlife there pick this stuff up. And it permeates the entire life cycle.
And they put 1.5 million gallons of it out there. Cody, I appreciate your call. Sorry to Michael, Pastor, and Jim. Call me back tomorrow. I'll put you to the head of the line if you tell John that.